Alright, so hello Wrinkles family. Today I have my beautiful mother here. So I'm going to do a Wrinkles interview with her. So Mom, first tell me, do you remember the first time you got the little wrinkle you might have? Because my mom don't have too many wrinkles.
Okay, the first wrinkle I can think of right on top when you asked me that question is going through a hardship. Something tragic, right? That's what you mean when you said wrinkle, right?
I meant wrinkles on your face. Like what? Do you remember?
Oh.
Do you remember how old you were?
I don't have no wrinkles. I'm proud to say I don't have much wrinkles. I never had really acne problem growing up as a teenager.
So you never had any skin problems growing up? Anything like that?
No, but see, the reason why is because I took care of my skin. Back then was eczema. I never put soap, and right today, people, I never put soap on my face. Only thing I use Mary Kay, and when I take my shower, Mary Kay goes on my face, and then the shower gel goes on my body. So I always separated my face from my body. So I'm totally blessed, highly favored. I don't have that many wrinkles, and I thank God for it. But I think it came from good, fair skin. My aunt, my grandma, 90-some years old, she didn't look it. My aunt was 70-some year old, she didn't look it. So I am asking God for that blessing that I hope as I get older that I will be like them.
So can you tell me about a wrinkle in your life that you had to press through?
Okay, the wrinkle in my life that I had to press through it was two things. One, when my son had his seizure. He was 5 or 6 years old. I was doing daycare at my house, and he always eat a lot of food. And that day he came to me, he said, I don't feel good. Went on the couch, turned his back to me, and I had other kids that I babysitted in the neighborhood. And all of a sudden I saw his body jumping. And I called for my husband, and he was having a seizure. When we turned him over, he was having a seizure. My husband just picked him up. He didn't let me call 911. Just threw him in the car and ran to the doctor's office. Which then, when I got there to get somebody for a backup to pick up the kids that I was taking care of, he was flying in the car to the hospital. So I was just praying all the way down there, like, Lord, please don't take my son. Please don't take my son. And when I got there, he had seizures, 2, 3 seizures right behind each other. And at that time, we was having a hardship, finance hardship. And I remember before all this happened, I was like, telling my husband, I don't know how we're going to make it. We don't have no money. We're struggling. And then that's when I realized nothing is more important than life. It don't matter if you lose your home. You can move into a little smaller home or a smaller apartment. God showed me then, like, life itself is the most important thing. And that's when I learned a very valuable lesson during that time. And my other wrinkle was when my husband got sick with depression. Like, he was in a great depression, this loving, I call him chest cat, always had a smile on his face. And he went to a great, great depression. My babies were little. I had to deal with that by myself. He wanted to give up. He didn't want to live. It was a very hard wrinkle. But that's when I really depended on God. From my grandma, my aunt raising, I prayed every night, I prayed every day. I asked God to show me what to do because I didn't know what to do. This man didn't want to go to work. Eventually, he quit working because he couldn't even function at work. And so that's when I found my Christianity, and I really had a relationship with God and found out what God is all about. So that's most of my 2 wrinkles I can think of on the top of my head.
What's one quick thing that you would tell women, younger women? What's one thing, just one word or phrase? What would you tell them?
The younger women is you have so much power within yourself, but you got to know your power and your worth. You're worth so much. I think we as women are so precious, so good. So know your worth. That's what I would say. Know your worth, because we're worth so much. The Bible says we're like rubies. We're above rubies, matter of fact. So rubies are very pricey. And God said we are above rubies.
Thank you. And we love you. Bye, Wrinkles.
Bye.
So this is my auntie, Ernestine, Wrinkles family. So I'm coming to interview her today. So first, auntie, when did you remember when you got your first actual wrinkle on your face? She really don't have many. I don't even see it right now.
No, I do not. No, I don't
You don't?
remember.
Do you remember how you felt when you was like, oh, I got a wrinkle?
Oh, yeah, when I get a pimple.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about. But, you know, the difference between wrinkles and pimples. But, yes, I do remember.
And how did you feel?
I feel where that came from. You know, where did I eat too much chocolate that day or something of that nature, you know?
Yeah.
Why is that pimple there, you know?
Oh. So let's talk about a wrinkle in your life.
A wrinkle in my life.
Mm-hmm.
When you speak up, my niece was saying, well, I'm speaking of you, say a wrinkle in your life, I'm thinking the little lines in your eyes and around your face. But you talking about wrinkles of what I've been through in my lifetime?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you speaking of?
Yes.
Okay. Back in 20 to 30 years ago, I was diagnosed with aneurysm.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, I didn't know what an aneurysm was, you know. And it took me through some things, you know. Because some people have went through aneurysm and didn't make it. But the grace of my God, He brought me through.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people can't talk, some people can't walk. But with the grace of God, loving me as I love Him, He brought me through it.
Good.
And as of today, I can walk and talk and say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Now,
Yes.
how old are you now?
I'm 65 years old.
65.
65.
What would you tell your younger self?
I would tell my younger self, keep the faith. You need faith. Keep the faith and put God first. Always put Him first. Whatever you do, ask Him, you know, you are my guide and guidance, you know.
Yeah.
I love Him to the death. I do.
Good. Thank you, Amy.
I love you.
Love you too.
I love you.
Bye, Wrinkles.
Bye, Wrinkles.
All right, Wrinkles family. I'm coming here with my auntie, Fanny. It's one of my favorite aunties.
She's my favorite.
So, Auntie Fanny, tell me, do you remember ever getting any blemish or wrinkle? Because right now I don't see no wrinkles on your face. But do you remember getting any?
I do.
How did you feel?
It was heartbreaking. It was a struggle.
Mm.
But it made me a better person. I went through abuse in my younger days. I went through a lot of abuses in my younger days. Then as I got older, I went through losing my aunt. That was devastating for me. Still tender, weak spot, but it still made me a stronger person. And the people in my life, I cherish them. But we have to grow and mature and be better people, be better women. Because women, we get the hardest.
Mm.
We struggle the most. But we can make it, and that's the main thing. And I think in life, as I've grown older, we have to stay prayed up and keep God in our life, because He's the only one that's going to get us through it. We go through storms, but we go through them, because it's always a better side once we go through the storm. And it makes us more mature, and we are more, I could say, blessed, because we went through the storm. And we know God will never leave us. And that's another thing. He will be there to the end of time. We may not see it when we're going through it, but if we stay prayed up, we can make it through it. And I get very emotional about certain things in my life, because I just thank God that I made it.
Yeah.
Because I could have been dead and gone. and sleeping somewhere in my grave. But God saw fit that He wanted me still here. And I'm going to be here and do the best I can with His help.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Wrinkles family. We love you, Wrinkles. I love you, Annie.
I love you so.